Hello everybody, welcome to this review of the Kudos Titan 505 stand-mounted loudspeakers. In this review I'm going to talk about their design, though only briefly. I'll then discuss their quality and their performance and then offer some conclusions at the end of the review. These Titan 505 loudspeakers are a two-way design with an isobaric bass reflex configuration. The isobaric bit has another woofer behind the forward-facing mid-bass woofer, and this improves the overall bass response from the loudspeaker. The 505s can be driven both with an internal passive crossover, as I've done in this review, or with an external active crossover, as we experienced at HiFi Music Source last year with the Kudos Cardea Super 20As. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. The tweeter is a Kudos custom 29mm fabric dome from Sayas. It is based on the well-known Crescendo K2 driver that is also in the Super 20As and the C10 loudspeakers from Kudos. This same tweeter actually features in the larger Titans, the 606, the 707 and the very imposing 808s. There are two Kudos custom mid-bass drivers from Sayas as well. They are 180mm in diameter and they feature a double-coated paper comb, a 39mm voice coil with a copper shorting ring and an aluminium phase plug. The two mid-bass drivers are facing in opposite directions with their magnets back to back. This is the isobaric arrangement that I mentioned before, and it's a very good way of improving the low-end response of the loudspeaker without increasing the size of the cabinet. The cabinet is quite substantial and made of a multi-thickness, high-density fiberboard. The cabinet itself is also very deep as well, housing the opposing isobaric arrangement. There is a small slot port at the base of the cabinet, around 4 fingers wide. This allows air to flow through the cabinet. The quoted frequency response of the 505s is 40 Hz to 30 kHz in an average in-room response. They're rated at 6 ohms of nominal impedance. The sensitivity of the speakers is 87 dBs at 1 watt per meter. The Kudos 505s exude a finish and quality befitting of the price tag. Their finish is exquisite, and the form of the 505s overall is contemporary, functional, and it passes the partner test with ease. My wife commented on the aesthetic and the understated presence in a very positive way. The review sample that I was sent was provided with the matching stands, and I believe these are standard now. The stands can be mass loaded if required. As I've been reviewing these Titan 505 loudspeakers, I've been using More Amp's Angel 6 power amplification. I've also got the matching Angel preamplifier. I'm using Telerium Q XLR Ultra Black 2 cables between the two boxes. I'm using an HiFi Pro IDSD as the DAC. I've also been reviewing the loudspeakers with a Michelle gyro deck with a Riga phono stage into the preamplifier. With the More Angel 6 power amplifier, I'm generating around 200 watts per channel into the 6 ohms of load from the Kudos loudspeakers. I'd characterise the Titan loudspeakers as taut, meaning nicely controlled, not constricted or stiff in any way. If it's not a contradiction, they're clearly quite a free, agile and fast loudspeaker with clearly excellent resolution and resolve. From the outset I've been totally engaged in the bass response of the loudspeaker, particularly tracks like Falling in Love by Cigarettes After Sex and Arouge Aftab's Last Night. Here the double bass resonates around me and fills the room, and it's quite a surreal experience. Taylor Swift's track Exile has a fantastic bass line, with Julian Vernon's baritone vocal resonating well in these Titans. In fact, it's the vocals that I really do notice with these loudspeakers, and I've enjoyed them from Taylor Swift to Arouge Aftab to Roberta Flack and similar vocals. Pianos are similarly very beautiful with these loudspeakers. It's not just Niels Frahm this time with his solo album, which really does sound fantastic, but Lang Lang's Lebenstraum, number 3, is just an essential piece of music. There's a trickle down the scale that he plays in the middle of this track, and it's absolutely sublime with these loudspeakers. If I want to up the pace, I turn to U2's Wire, and I've chosen a Kevorkian 12-inch vocal mix for this piece of music. It's a fantastic piece of music with with a wide open introduction to the original version. It appears to have a slightly tighter presentation as well, particularly in Larry Mullen's drums, and they come through really well in these speakers. Colourbox's eponymous album similarly bristles with energy, and the vinyl copy is terrific. If I turn these speakers to name amplification, I'm getting approximately 100 watts per channel into these 6 ohms using a NAP 250 power amplifier. I'm finding the name amplification actually a fraction looser and edgier. I'm unclear in my mind if this is the difference in the room layout between my listening space and the lounge where my name equipment is. Either way, the Titans are amazing at every beat. I've got the opportunity of listening to these loudspeakers using some T+A integrated amplifier power. The PA2000R has around 150 watts per channel into these Titan 6 ohms. The T+A amplifier offers a slightly different beat to the name NAP 250. It's a little bit more analytical and cleaner maybe. It really does suit the Titans very well indeed. Overall though, the more amplifier has the more revealing platform, and the Titans show this off very well indeed. So in summary, this HiFi system is just about it for me. It's taut, meaning nicely controlled, not constricted or stiff. It's free, agile and fast, and there's certainly excellent resolution in here, with the right source equipment of course. It's very hard to believe that this loudspeaker could go up a notch in active mode, but for that I would need a big lottery win. So finally, this is as good a HiFi system as I've heard in my 10 years here at HiFi Music Source. If this is anywhere near your budget and you love music, there is possibly nowhere else to look if you're looking for a loudspeaker. Just get yourself a proper source, a good amplifier, and just do it. What do we wish for these Kudos Titan 505 loudspeakers? Well, the one thing I wish for are 6 good lottery numbers. What do we like about these speakers? Well, certainly the stands are very, very attractive indeed, and they add to the understated styling. So what do we love about these loudspeakers? Well, I love their understated styling, the angles at the rear of the cabinet, their tight presentation, and the wonderful bass control. They have compact, high-end performance with fabulous resolution and clarity. Okay, so that's it for this review of the Titan 505s. It's an easy editor's pick for me, a loudspeaker that I would buy unreservedly if I had the money. It's certainly a best of 2023 front runner for me. Fabulous. Terrific. Terrific. Terrific.